Kim Townsel here. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's free to like, subscribe, share the video if appropriate, leave a comment if appropriate. We're going to see what this did for my hair today. L'Oreal Color Remover. This is what my hair looks like after blow drying before I've used the color remover to do something here. I'm going to flat iron it and come back. This is, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I just wanted to get some video footage of what it looks like before. So let me go flat iron it and I'll be right back. I just flat ironed it. I still have like these little things that stick up on top, and I do have some products that I comb through to get those to lie down when I'm going to go out in public, which I may do later today. But I just wanted to show like what my hair looks like with the before and after. You can see that my hair is like has a really gray streak or gray spot right here on the front. So what I'm thinking is about taking this and just going ahead and bleaching this part out and maybe that part out, just to give me a white or lighter streak going down through here. And you can see that I have like a dark patch right there. This side's darker, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then back here I have a wider patch, so I don't know. I'm thinking, should I just frame my face the first time? I'm thinking maybe I should. But then on this side it's like so gray. So eventually, like, I may streak it out. But because like right around the temples it gets gray, and right around here too, it's really hard to keep color on your roots right here because of washing your face and whatnot. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to pull a strand from here, pull a strand from here, and pull this strand here and bleach the color out. The worst it can do is fall out, and if my hair falls out in those places, wouldn't be too bad, right? It's not like falling up all over my head. And what happened with this was I did bleach it out using something else, not just this. I had used this previously, but I used a different product, and it just caused it to rot. So actually what I did was I had some benzoyl peroxide left over, and I just thought, well, if it bleaches out my hair on this line, maybe I'll just use it to take the color out. And that was a bad mistake. Bad mistake. Don't put benzoyl peroxide on your hair, because you'll have hair like that when it grows back. And probably no one wants that, right? So I'm going to see what this does. I had really good results with this before, and people liked the way that my hair looked. Let me tell you about this product first. This is supposed to be a color remover that if you've made a mistake, if you've colored all over your hair and you don't want that color in there, then you can use this color remover to get it out. It's supposed to be safe to use at home, but it is going to dry your hair out if it does the same thing to your hair that it does to mine. It did dry it out. Makes it a little bit drier, a little bit frizzier, a little bit more hard to manage. If you put color back on it, that helps to seal it in and makes it a little bit more manageable. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to like take the color out and leave it out. Let me show you why I'm going to do that. My hair is super gray right here on the front, and I have like a little temporary semi-permanent color thingy on it, and it just I've been trying to go lighter and lighter and lighter. As you can tell, like it's darker on the ends. But down this part down here, this is where I did the color remover from the purple a long time ago, probably a couple of years ago. And since then I've been using like semi-permanent color on there, and it tends to stay on there if you put it on there enough. But it's really resistant around the face because they wash your face a lot, and also the roots just come in. I have super shiny silver roots. This product is made by L'Oreal. It's hair color remover. As I said, I got it at Walmart for $8.47, so it's not too expensive. It is for hair treated with permanent at-home or salon color. It has one application. I'm not going to use the whole thing, but it claims to correct color mistakes and leaves your hair ready to recolor, which I'm not going to do either. I'm just trying to get the color out. Here's the safety regulations. I'll put some stills at the end of the video if you want to go there and read more information. There's the ingredients. It does have hydrogen peroxide in it, which is going to damage hair. There's what's contained in the box. The reason for using this is if someone uses hair color and they're not happy with it, they can allegedly use this product to get it out and then recolor it with a new shade. If you don't want to do this at home because it's not going to be as professional as going to a salon, then I suggest going to a salon to have it done. However, every single time I've ever had my hair professionally colored, my hair has been damaged and fell out, and I've had colorists in Beverly Hills make tragic mistakes on my hair, so that's why I'm not too afraid of doing anything to it. So what does it do? It removes unwanted permanent color in one simple step. It says to color it again, which I'm not going to do. Will it work on my hair? If you have very long hair, you're going to use it all over, then you have to use more than one box. These are some before shots. You can see that I have a lot of really coarse gray hair at the top in these photos, and my hair is pretty frizzy. When my hair starts going gray, those gray hairs are really, really coarse and want to just pop off of my head unless I put a lot of product on it, which I don't have in these pictures. Let's get started. You should make sure the box is sealed up before you buy it. And let's check out the ingredients. Let's check out the contents. It's going to have the hair color remover powder. It has the developer, and of course it has directions, which most of the time we probably don't read, but I'm going to read these because it has been a couple of years since I've used this product. I need to read it in English because I can't speak Spanish. I can't even speak Spanish. So make sure your hair is dry and detangled. It is. I'm going to put on the gloves, wear old clothes, or put a towel over your shoulders. Easier just to wear an old shirt. And it says to put all the developer into the bottle. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a safe plastic or paper container, and I'm only going to mix a little bit of developer into the powder, and then I'm going to stir it up. So I'm not going to be mixing it in a container. And then I'm going to use a brush to apply to small sections of my hair, and to keep the color where I want it to go, I'm going to use what I've done before with sponge rollers, Saran Wrap, to keep the color remover where I want it to be. Okay, it says the action can be as quick as 1 to 5 minutes until all the tone is gone, and recoloring may not be... What? Where's the rest of those directions? Okay, so the time needed. If you have dark shades or heavily colored hair, it says 20 to 60 minutes. Medium shades, mine's going to be light. So I'm going to say, I'm going to unroll it and see what it looks like after 5 minutes, but honestly, I'm going to tell you it's probably going to take about 10. But I need to unfold it. Gosh, I'm being really stupid today. Recoloring may not be necessary. That's going to be the case in mine. So, and then it says to rinse it out, shampoo and dry it until the water runs clear. Shampoo hair very gently. Do not rub your scalp. Dry thoroughly. And then it's ready to be recolored. Okay, let's get to it. When I used this before, the bottle, you could see through it and see how much product was in there, so I'm just going to eyeball it and say that this is going to be half and that's going to be a fourth, but I'm only going to use about that much. So I'm going to have to be really careful when I'm pouring this out. I probably did it for that reason. Then on the developer, that's going to be for a whole, that's going to be for a half, and I only want to use a fourth, so I'm going to try to just use that much. I'm going to go ahead and mark it because I'll probably do this again. And because I've done this before, I normally have, sometimes I'm coloring my hair darker, sometimes I'm coloring it lighter. I've got a mess all over here. But if I don't want to color it all over, I just use these little foam rollers and I put strips of Saran Wrap around them. And then I just pull a strand of hair out and wrap it around that, and that keeps either the color remover or the color I'm putting on it off of the parts that I don't want colored. So since I'm going to do just little tiny ones today, I'm going to prepare some more of these smaller ones. I'm not going to do the larger ones quite yet. I'm going to see how this is going to look. And I think I'm going to do a total of 6, but I think I can prepare 5 rollers just in case. So I'll show you how I do that. And please excuse my dirty vanity. I've had a lot going on today and it's been a little challenging. But I just cut the strips like this. It'd be nice if my scissors were a little bit sharper. I'm going to need some sharper scissors in here. And then I'm just going to wrap this around the roller, and that protects the sponge. That way the product is going to go to my hair, not soak up in the sponge. Don't ask me how I came up with this, I don't know. My mind goes 90 to nothing all the time. But the first time I did this, my hair, I dyed it dark, and I had, for a powerlifting meet, I had put color temporary on it. I'm going to do this the other way so that flap is on the bottom. I had colored my hair really dark and put some purple on there and was going to let it grow out, but it was just all weird and bad. And then I have this gray spot on the top, so I started using the color remover around my face like I'm going to do today, and it actually taking dark and purple out turns to camo on its way to white. So I had what I called camo highlights for a while, and then eventually I put the color remover like all over the place. This is going to be a skimpy one, but it's still going to cover it. Okay, so I have 6 of those prepared, so I'm going to mix this up. This is just a clean, empty butter or margarine container. And in my past experience, you can see that this is like super kind of grainy. It's really hard to, it doesn't dissolve quite, very well. So I'm thinking that looks like about 1/4 of it. Then on this, I did that as a 1/2 and that as a 1/4. So I guess I'm gonna have to go down to here. And again, I'm gonna have to eyeball it because I can't see through the bottle anymore. It's really hard. Maybe that's why they did it, so people like me can't do chemistry experiments. So that's what it looks like. If memory serves, it doesn't get really thick, so I'm going to have to be, well, really I don't care if it lightens something that's outside, because eventually all this is going to go to silver or gray anyway. But you can see it doesn't want to dissolve. You see how it blobs up there on the brush? So I'm going to let it sit for a little while, probably about 3 minutes. It smells horrible. I'm going to let it sit for about 3 minutes and see if it's going to dissolve. Boy, this is a whole thing, isn't it? But you know what? It still works. So, be back in 3 minutes. One more look before I do something to this hair. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, and you can see how it's much more mixed together. It's dissolved well, but it's still not going to be really thick. So that's a problem, because you have to be really careful with this. That's why I say get an old shirt to put on instead of putting a towel around your shoulders. Is just like, it just hinders your movement. So just get an old shirt that you dedicated for something like this. And I'm going to put mine on. Got my plastic gloves on and get started. Okay, I have my old shirt on. You can tell that I've used this before, and after I get through coloring my hair, I just throw it in the washing machine. I don't have to worry about wiping it off my skin or anything like that. So I'm going to try to use the camera viewfinder to help me guide through this instead of using the mirror like I normally do. So if it's weird or slow, then just please bear with me. Now this will damage your hair. You can see this on the bottom. This is a result of removing the color a couple of years ago. And then actually it broke off some of my hair, so I have like this two-tone. But that was me using it all over. Plus I used a different product to remove the color on top of that, and it caused a lot of extra damage. So let's get started with this. So I'm going to do a little tiny piece. Because I want to framing my face. Try to start blending in this gray. And I'm not a professional, so really nobody should be listening to me at all. But because it's so runny, I try to wad it up on there. And then kind of brush it out. Now, if you really want to get on the ends, you can actually dip the ends down in the container while you're doing it. But if I have any left over, I'm just going to drop a little bit on the top of the sponge rollers, and then it soaks all the way through. But this is how I do it to keep it from going all over the place. But like I said, I don't really care if it lightens hair that's right around it, because eventually it's going to all be gray and silver and white anyway. Just what happens when you get old, right? It was silver on top and still really dark on the bottom, and I kind of got tired of it like that, so I thought I would try to blend it in, let it grow out. And I did that. It was a little red, a little orange, a little caramelly. I have videos on my YouTube channel about those experiments. Some people liked it silver, some people liked it red, some people liked it brown, some people liked it caramel, some people don't like me at all, so you know what, that's okay too. As they say, those people are not paying my bills. I'm very happy with myself most days. Alright, and see right there how different that is? So I'm going to pull a little piece from there, because it's washing out anyway, so all I'm going to do is try to help it a little bit. This is a little bit easier on the side. Oops. Sorry for sniffling. The hay fever season is upon us. And I was out yesterday, but today I decided to stay in because it's raining. Doesn't seem like I got a lot on that one, but let's see. Even if it doesn't make a lot of color change today, If it's just getting me towards that direction, then I'll be okay. I actually may have mixed up enough to do a few more pieces. Now, I'm going to tell you again, I think maybe this is the third time I've told you, this will damage your hair. And I'm doing this because if it falls out right where I'm doing it, it won't be tragic. I would be very careful about doing, well, I got a bath cloth. I'd be very careful about doing this all over if your hair is weak. My hair is not really weak, but I have some Native American in me, and it's really kind of coarse, but it's super sensitive to hydrogen peroxide, super sensitive. And people keep telling me, you need to go to a professional and have your hair colored. Well, okay, I went to one and had it professionally lightened to like an auburn color. And I woke up the next day, or a few days later, so this is how much I have left after doing that. So it's about the right thing. So anyway, I woke up within a couple of weeks after having my hair professionally colored, and I thought somebody had cut my hair in the middle of the night. I thought someone had like given me a haircut while I was asleep, because all around my face it was shorter. So I think at the time I was using hydrogen peroxide on my face at night, and I didn't put my hair up in a bun before I went to sleep. So I guess my hair touching my face with a hydrogen peroxide was more than it could bear, and it started rotting off. So there was that. Then when I lived in LA, I went to Beverly Hills, and it was when everybody was dyeing their hair like plum and all that, which I had done at home. But I went and had a professional do it in Beverly Hills. Well, I ended up with my hair being two-toned, and even the hairdresser, he was horrified. I said, well, you're going to have to fix this. I'm like, he says, you'll have to come back in 2 weeks. He said, I can't process it for another 2 weeks. I'm like, what? I'm like, I teach high school at Burbank High School. I have to go to school with kids. And now the top half of my hair is light purple and the bottom half is dark purple because of the because I've been dyeing it like that burgundy, like, you know, with home stuff. So anyway, it was like that for 2 weeks. Nothing I could do about it. And I go back, and he did what he called fixing it, but it actually looked better when I was coloring it with the L'Oreal, to be honest. So that cost. He didn't make me pay for the second time, but still, I'm like, you know, I can screw my hair up for free at home. So I've got a little bit left. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on top of where I've already colored it. So anyway, I can screw my hair up at home a lot cheaper than a colorist can screw it up in a salon. That's what I've learned. So then I'm dyeing my hair dark. I decide that I want to let it go gray. So I go and have a beautician put like white streaks, pretty much like what I'm doing now. It took her forever to get the color out because I've been dyeing it dark, and it looked so cool. But it broke out. It all broke off. Again, I can screw my hair up at home a lot cheaper than I can pay a beautician to screw it up. So that's what I do. This doesn't smell that bad now. I guess I'm used to it. It you know, hair coloring usually doesn't smell good. I'm out of product. So that was it. So I'm gonna wait 5 minutes and unroll one and see what it looks like. That's so attractive, isn't it? So it's been 5 minutes. I used some combs to pull my hair back to get it out of the way, and I don't think I'm going to have enough color out of what I want yet. And I don't. It may take 20 minutes. It's not feeling sticky or anything like that. So I'm going to leave it in there for another 5. Check back. So now this is a total of 10 minutes. I'm thinking it's starting to burn just a little bit on my scalp, not much, not unpleasantly, but what do you think? Another 5 minutes at least? I'm thinking so. Another 5. I'll be better safe than sorry, right? It's been 15 minutes now, and it does say for light medium shades that we can go from 20 to 50 minutes. So I'm thinking, I probably need to go for 20 minutes. Oh, sorry. God, I hope it wasn't dried up pieces of that falling off in my eyes. I'm going blind! I used to always worry about going blind when I was coloring my hair. Since I've been in the 5th grade. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and sit there for 10 more minutes and check back, so that'll give us a total of 25 minutes. So this is after 25 minutes. It's the same one. I really didn't think it would take this long. I'm going to use my cloth and see if any of this is coming off the ends. I don't see any color coming off on the cloth. Oh, I hate to leave this on here much longer, but it says I can go up to 50 minutes. I think I'll leave it on. I think I'll leave it on for another 10 and then wash it out and see where we are. If it doesn't work, then I'll come back and put a second treatment on it next week. Ten more minutes. It's now been a total of 25 minutes, and this is all I'm willing to leave it on. So I'm going to take it off and do as the instructions say. Rinse it with lukewarm water and shampoo it very carefully. And since I've already washed and dried my hair today, I'm going to see if I can just do this front part. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to film that because I'm going to have to bend over the bathtub, and none of that's going to be attractive, which, no, this has been attractive, has it? I really don't think I'm going to see any change. But whatever. So I'm going to pull the rest of my hair back in a ponytail Let's see if I can wash this front part. Then I'll take the plastic off of these and wash my little rollers too. So I'll be back. Looking different, I hope. I'm not going to film me washing my hair, but I just do want to show you two things that are going to make it easier. One is I put a shower cap over the part that I'm not going to wash, and I'm going to bend over and use this to try to very carefully direct the spray of water. Wish me luck. I don't think this first round took any color at all out. I didn't see any color coming out when I was washing it. And it still looks really, really dark to me. I'm gonna dry it. We'll see, but I'll probably be back next weekend doing this again. Better safe than sorry, right? Nope, I don't think I left it on there long enough. So now I know I'm gonna have to leave it on there longer than 20 minutes because it didn't even make a difference. Maybe a little difference where it was lighter. But I wanted it all the way to the ends. Yeah, so now I know. Draw the rest of it. So that's after one treatment, and I really wanted to have it white all the way down to the end. Start blending it in. So I didn't quite get the results I wanted. I could put it on there again, just on the ends. Thinking about it. So I think while I have all this stuff out, I am going to go ahead and, now that I know that it's not bleaching it out white, do a larger strand here and a larger strand there, and leave it on a little bit longer, because that will help me get it blended in, I think. And that, you can see that dark streak right there. I'm just not touching that. But I'm not going to film this part because it's going to be exactly the same procedure as I just showed you, but I'm going to leave it in there a lot longer to see if it's going to get that white all the way on down. I mixed what I hope is about half of this and down to leaving half of this. And do the same thing, mix it up and leave it for about 3 minutes. Let it fully dissolve. And come back and so this is 3 minutes, and this is a little bit thicker, so I'm thinking the first round I didn't have my chemicals mixed correctly. So maybe this one will do better. I probably didn't have enough powder. So I'm going to do this one in the mirror so I can try to do it a little bit better, but I'm going to use exactly the same procedure, and I'll show you when I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and pull my hair back this time. And get it separated. Might make it a little bit easier. So that'll leave me that to work with, and some of that to work with. Since this looks a little bit thicker this time, I'm painting it on like a little bit broader strokes, and then roll it, and then I'll roll it up. I think this one's going to work much better because this is way thicker and it was more like what I remembered it. I think I just didn't mix the first one up properly. I only put 4 in this time. I just went ahead and pulled like what I'd already done. So I'm going to set it for 5 minutes and we'll see. I've got it all over my face. I'm going to wipe that off. Nope. Not yet. It's after 5 minutes and I've just undone each one of them to look and see if there's any change. I'm kind of smoothing it out to make sure it's not getting sticky or tacky, and making sure that the solution is evenly distributed. So this is like the second 5 minutes. It's pretty well saturated. It's much different than the first attempt. Hard to tell. This is after a total of 15 minutes on round 2. What do you think? Sorry, I'm eating my supplement. Thinking if I'm going to all this trouble, I might as well go and get it white. I don't see it white yet. Okay. A little bit longer. This is after a full 20 minutes, the second round. Still looks pretty dark to me. I remember when she put the white streaks in my hair, she said it took a long time for it to process. My paper fell out. And this is supposed to be semi-permanent hair color. It's not even permanent hair color. I think before, when I was coloring it, it was permanent hair color. I'll give it 5 more minutes. It's not burning, it's not smelling or anything like that. My hair doesn't feel sticky or tacky, so 5. This is 25 total minutes on round 2. I had a 25 total minutes the first time. It's drying up. The color product is just drying up on my hair. Or the color remover product rather is drying up on my hair. It's hard to tell if enough of the product's coming out that the end is going to be as light as the root. I don't see it. It's still darker to me. See how it's dried up. I don't know. I'll give it 5 more minutes, but then I'm not gonna risk any more than that. Okay, now it's been 30 whole minutes on this side, and a total of 25 on the first experiment. So I'm hoping we have some change on here. So I'm gonna do the same thing to my hair. Put the hair, put the shower cap on, wash it, blow dry it. See if we see some change here. Hope we do. Let's just see what it looks like before I wash it. It's just hard to tell. I have behind me to clean up. I think I'm going to see a little bit more change this time. What do you think? Hope so. Still looks pretty dark to me. Let's blow dry it and see. I think this one did it. When I was washing my hair, I could tell that it was drier. So I think it's going to make it more golden than silver. Yeah, it's definitely drier. So I knew that it was going to damage. Also, I didn't put any conditioner on after I washed it. So I washed it. Well, actually, I've taken color out twice today and washed it twice. I actually washed my hair 3 times today because I washed all of it. And then decided to do this. Washed out the first experiment on the front, washed out the second experiment on the front. What do you think? That did it. Please excuse my haircut. I'll need a professional haircut, I know, but that's giving me that lightness that's going on down. That eventually this will all be white. I could even do this again next weekend and get another lighter strip going on, but that's what I want to do, is start getting it lighter around my face so that I can quit having to touch up my roots, because it's naturally darker in the back anyway, and just start letting it go out to gray and getting it all feathered in. So let me style it a little bit. So this is what it looks like. It's still pretty brassy on the front, and I think if I color it one more time that it's going to be more silvery, which is eventually what I'm going for, but I believe after I wash my hair one more time it will probably get a little bit lighter. Here's a before and after picture the same day, so you can tell that it definitely changed around my face. I think it's an improvement, even though it is a little brassy. Well, actually it's a lot brassy, isn't it? But I just needed a change. This is a view from the top, and I'm hoping that as the gray grows in, that it will be less noticeable, because it was really noticeable right there at the top of my head, and that's what it looks like from the side. And I'm trying to decide if I need to get my hair cut like a little bit shorter for the summertime. It would probably solve a lot of problems, but oh my goodness, can I really do that? And this is from the very top view. So I'm satisfied right now. A little bit of flat iron, a little bit of styling gel on the ends, or styling oil on the ends. And I think that's going to help me as I grow this stuff in. So next time I may like put a couple of streaks here, and maybe lighten it a little bit on the ends. I don't know, but this will do for right now. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's free to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, share the video if appropriate, and until next time, I'm not afraid to do stuff to my hair. Bye.